Welcome everybody to our group call for the 9th of March 2025. Crazy how this year is progressing so astronomically fast. Had a bit of crazy weather this week. So this last week we had a cyclone come through Gold Coast. Fortunately, it didn't really affect us too much apart from being out of power for 2 days. So that was a bit of a challenge, and it just, it's important to remember to prepare yourself for these type of things. So I didn't have a generator or all the other excess things that you actually need to have. So I'm definitely going to be jumping onto that. Starlink, generator, freaking everything, man. 5,000 liter diesel tank, everything we need, man, to be completely self-sufficient. Anyway, I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend, and sorry to hear about my problems. We have so little happening on the Gold Coast because it's like the perfect destination and weather and climate, whereas America has all these cyclones and floods and, tornadoes and stuff ripping through. So yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, our signal chart we're looking at today, I've noticed that our slippage is extremely high. So if you look at the difference between the bid and the ask, I've seen this go up as far as 8 ticks today. So that it just means that there's something very there's brewing in the markets. I've never seen this go to 8 ticks. Now you can see the price over there, 30. You can see that there's a difference between 8 ticks often between this. So, it's very hard to trade that very effectively. So just bear that in mind. I don't know whether it's just today, whether there was something happening over the weekend. Obviously, I didn't watch anything over the weekend. We're still getting good signals. Like there was a good divergence there with a breakout marker left behind. The price moved very quickly, like 20, 40, almost 60 ticks in like 10 seconds. So there's obviously something very crazy happening. There's even gaps in price. So another thing I wanted to quickly mention was that when you see the bars like missing pieces, like you see this bar over here, this one here is incomplete. Some of these bars are incomplete and there's gaps. That just means that the price came in, at that price, and then the very next time price came through, it was at this price. So the DTB bar shows you exactly where price was at every moment in time. So if NinjaTrader is giving us data and it's skipping over price, the DTB bars are going to show you that. So it's one of the few bars that will actually do that, which is pretty phenomenal. But yeah, something very odd going on there. Okay, so let's see what we have got for today. So again, welcome to our call. We're going to be looking at our performance from last week. So we had really awesome results with our game plan last week. Monday and Tuesday were especially extremely brilliant. So that was awesome. We're going to look at some performance from our members in the group over there, which was great. I'm always going to touch on the Jumpstart program because we just completed week 4 of the Jumpstart program. And what an exceptional, I'm actually, now that I've released this Jumpstart program, I wish I did something like this in the beginning when I launched DTB Traders, because, so many people have come and gone that have, got the system. Because remember, the DTB system is not just, a few indicators here and there. It's not just one indicator that's heavily marketed or one strategy. It's an entire system of like 60 to 70 trading tools. And for some people, the majority of people who come into that's like, oh my God, what the hell? What do I do with this? It's like too overwhelming for them. So, I'm actually, a bit sad that I didn't, release this in the beginning, but, this has really helped people progress in a very clear-cut way from, understanding the absolute basics or necessities of the system, and then progressing step by step. The first 2 weeks, we were just learning about the system, the key parts of the system. And then the third week, we went into actual manual trading, the signal charts. And, I did a few trades on that. And then week 4 was like just, launching the automated strategies. Now, I did all of this in real time, even though I recorded a lot of this in advance. I did this all in sequence, like brand new. And unfortunately, last week, as I said, I didn't have the the power and internet to actually progress with this week 4. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, for the Jumpstart members who are watching, I'm going to be adding to this folder. So you guys already have a link to this folder. I'm going to be adding to it. And I'm also going to create a bonus week, like week 5, which is going to be, a whole lot of information about the rest of the tools in the DTB system, the rest of the indicators, how they can work together, maybe even perhaps, putting together different signal charts. So there's a lot more information that we can put in there, but that's more for those who want to really, really divest or digest, the entire system and find out, which parts of them they would really like to use and to fit into their trading style. And obviously, finally on the call, we're going to look at our game plan for the week ahead. Okay, so let's have a look at all of that. A signal chart, man, I love this chart. So one thing I wanted to mention too, you'll notice that I've cleaned up a lot of data on this chart. So you'll notice that there's not text anymore over here. So it used to say jaws up, border down, dots up, dots up. So all that text over here I've actually removed. So you see it's a lot cleaner around the price. And I've even moved the manipulation indicator above. So if you're looking at this chart now and you see the manipulation on price, all we've done is I've gone into this over here, the manipulation detector, and I've taken it off the price line, and I've saved that. And I also wanted to do this actually. So the shadow trading, it's on bar close over here. But what I've noticed when it's on bar close is that the arrow is only showing the bar after the close. So for this arrow that's painting over here, if it's on each tick, it will show the moment that bar is closed. So we've got to make that on each tick. And I'm actually going to save that for you guys going forward. So when you load up this template, it's definitely going to be on there. Take it and run doesn't use the shadow trading. None of other ones don't use the shadow trading. So it's just this one over here. So for future reference, I'm actually going to save this workspace so that you guys have exactly what I see going forward. All right, perfect. Okay, so where are we going to start? Okay, so we're going to start with the performance from last week. Let's have a look. Okay, so thank you to the guys pumping results into the Discord chat. So we've still got this Discord chat publicly available. So thank you for posting in there. Christopher has been running his own templates this week. So this is very impressive what he was able to do with his own templates. So well done on the baseline wick trader. And remember, these templates that he's traded this week are shared inside our baseline wick trader chat. So we've got a baseline wick trader chat over here, and inside there are all the templates that he's basically sharing. So he's got a very cool setup over here where he's trading the baseline wick trader. He's got he's got a few templates that he's specifically running. He's running it on multiple accounts. And not every single day will be a winning day, obviously. We're not magicians over here. We definitely have, we're going to have losing days, obviously. And we had losing days in the game plan too, which is pretty obvious. But what he's got over here is an amazing setup. And, I encourage you guys to follow him, what he's doing. And I encourage you to, work with him. And I'm hoping that, down the track, he puts in, I know you're listening, Christopher. I hope down the track, you can, put together a little trading group between you and a few other members, and have live sessions together where you basically have, where you're sharing screen and you're showing people, okay, guys, we're going to start the strategy here. We're going to pause over here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you know what? That'll be incredible for you to do. And, you could even create a business out of it. I mean, you could charge people to be part of your, your live trading group. I mean, that's the amazing benefits of the DTB system. And what I encourage people to do is, have a community here, where you guys can work together and create, amazing results together using these incredible tools. Okay, so game plan, and of course we'll chat about that further as we go. Game plan results, so they all posted in here. We started off Monday, Tuesday, which was absolutely fantastic. I think we were up $8,000 or $9,000 in those 2 days. Then we had a bit of a slump during the week, midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday picked up again. So, and I did a midweek change in the templates. So still a pretty decent week going through here. And yeah, so this was all pumped. All this information was put in here. So thank you for that. This was pretty cool. So Alan had some incredible good results. Listen to my English. So he basically traded Monday and Tuesday. We actually had a chat on Monday night. And I said to him, hey, Alan, you've done so damn well for the week, because we keep in regular contact. He's a good friend of mine. You've had such good results. Hey, just call it quits for the week. So he basically did that. And then on Friday, he decided, you know what, I feel like just trading a little bit on Friday. And then he let some trades run on Friday. And then he made another $2 grand on that day. So ending up with just over 10 grand for the week, which is pretty damn incredible. And that's on his own money. So he hasn't got any funded account or anything. He's just got his own account that he specifically funded. I'm basically following my approach. So, that's basically what I do over here is I run the game plan on one account, not using any funded account program or anything like that. And yeah, that's how we basically work it. Okay, so let's have a look. So we looked at the performance, we've looked at the jumpstart game plan. Okay, cool. So I'm going to minimize this and we're going to go to workspaces. I'm going to close this workspace. I'm not going to resave it because I've already saved it to how I want to save it. And then we're going to switch over to the game plan. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down NinjaTrader. Okay. And I'm going to run the script. So I'm pretending that this is a brand new trading day. We're going to set up the game plan. So, if you're already on the latest assembly, because remember, we've got our game plan document set up over here. And before I carry on, I'm just monitoring the group calls chat. So if there's any questions in the chat, please pop them in. So we're going to go into the group calls. So if you go to the group calls on Discord on the left, not the chat, just the group calls. And inside the group calls, we ask questions on the call. Okay, so pop that in. Thank you very much. Any questions or anything in there? All right. Okay, so if you're not on the 4th of March assembly, and for the benefit of the Jumpstart members, I've created a video where we went through this in detail. So the guys who are doing the Jumpstart program are way ahead of everybody else who's not doing the Jumpstart program, because they're actually doing this in a very strategic, sequential manner, which is, going to create, consistent results. Okay. So 4th of March is the assembly that you have to be on, right? So it's not the date of the game plan. It's the assembly that you have to be on. Okay, so if you're not on that assembly, you just have to follow these steps. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the script. So run as administrator, 1 enter, 4 enter, boom. All the corrupt data, everything is cleared out of NinjaTrader. All the templates are updated. Everything is refreshed as if you got like a new installation of NinjaTrader. Okay, so we're going to do that and let that run. And I'm going to just log in over here. And my password is ikickass.com. Just kidding. Let's go. Okay, so that's going to restart NinjaTrader. It's going to get the, remember we've got no workspace open, so we're going to open up the game plan for the trading week ahead. And while that's loading, okay, so give it a few minutes to load. If you notice, you'll notice on the chart that all of these charts are going to have 16th of February up until today. So that's all the charts are going to have the same data series loaded on them, and you'll see that. I'm just double checking while I'm telling you, even though I'm pretty sure. I love to double, quadruple check everything I do. So, okay, so game plan. So our first template is going to be trading the Analytical Strategy 1 micro. So the same strategy we traded last week on template 1. So that's that one over there. We're just chasing a small target this week. It's got a slightly higher stop loss and drawdown. It's just giving it a bit of room to move. So that's template number 1. Template number 2, we're actually trading the exact same strategy, but we're trading this from 9:35 till 11:05. That's template number 2. Template number 3 is going to be the SI strategy, which is going to be for the NQ, which is the same strategy we traded last week. What I have done this week, though, is I've slightly reduced the target ticks on this one. So I've made it just a little bit more suitable to members trading on like a $50,000 funded account program. So we've got a much smaller target. Well, when I say much smaller, we're targeting 80 ticks instead of 200 ticks. So we've got a bit of a we've got a slightly different results over here. So we got we're not chasing the huge targets this week, which is fine. It's just a slight alteration to what we did before. That is our so that's the NQ. And this week I've replaced the RTY with the ES. So I don't know what the hell is wrong with the RTY. For some reason, the RTY has not been consistent this last week. Some people were getting trades, others weren't. I don't think the RTY contract is set up properly, to be very honest, from the top. Like I'm talking exchange level. I think something's not right there. So I've changed that to ES, and we're trading the same strategy. So DTB SI strategy 1. We're trading the same strategy, and we've got template 4. So it's a lot easier to set up this week because we've only got 2 strategies that we're trading. The Analytical 1 micros, SI and SI. We're not even trading the baseline wick trader this week. Because we've got a whole tool suite of, strategies. We don't have to trade the same strategy every week. Of course, if you want to stick with one and master one, like Christopher's done with his, baseline wick trader, that's perfect. Awesome to do. But that's what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so this is still loading. We can go to template number 3 so long. So go to strategies. So strategies. We know that this is the SI strategy. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go template, load, and 3, load, choose your trading account. Like I said, I'm going to load mine live later. 3, apply, okay. And remember, after you've loaded your thing, always make sure to check. You can even use your last screenshot as a way of seeing if everything is right, because remember, it tells you it's the SI strategy. So once you become very familiar with the system, most of you will be able to skip right down to the end here over here, and you'll be able to read which strategy is loaded and look at the results. So that's what you can do. Strategy on template number 4. So this was the SI strategy. We're going to go template, load, and template number 4. Load, account, enable, apply, okay. So again, there 5388. If I look at my document on the other screen, it's matching exactly the right. Okay, perfect. Template number 1. So we're going to go to strategies over here. We're going to go to Analytical Strategy 1 macros, template load, 1 load. Okay, 1.8, exactly the same. I'm going to press start. Okay, strategies for number 2. Okay, Analytical Strategy 1 macros, template load, template number 2, load, enable, apply, and okay, and start. Okay, so one thing I quickly noticed, if I look at this, okay, if I look at this, this is telling me 4,064 with 539 drawdown. This one is showing 3,245 with 1,053 drawdown. So that's interesting. Okay, well, I'm glad that came up in the sense that, you know, we can actually look at it, which is good. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll to that specific chart, which is template number 2. So template number 2, for some reason, isn't matching the document. So I've got to do this very carefully. So I'm going to go strategy performance, real time and historical. Okay, and I'm going to bring this up to analysis and look at the results. Okay, so looking at our game plan document. Okay, so I'm looking at the results over here, and I might have to zoom in a bit on the game plan document. So if we look at this, we see 59.84. So that's matching the second day, 4:30. So there's a slight difference over here. There's a slight difference between the trading day. The commissions are all there, so it's not the commissions. 20th of February, 613, 633, 141, 652, 650. So all of these days are matching 100%. This one over here, 27th is matching. 28th. Now the 28th is showing 621 profit, but on this one here, it's showing 197 loss. 341. 598, 672, 173, 611. So out of this document, the screenshot, 2 days are not lining up. So this obviously means that there was obviously some data corruption or something off on mine. I don't know what it is on mine. So, so in this case, most of the days are matching, including the last day. And you know, the last few days are matching. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could just be a little system glitch with NinjaTrader. There could be some data corruption over here. But so I'm probably going to keep running this template. But this is also a good opportunity to actually look further into it. Not that we can pick up the data corruption, because you got to have screenshots of what it looked like before compared to what it looked like now. But you know, it's just some little glitch with the data that the data provider has given us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at template number 2. So for the Jumpstart members, this is going to be an amazing, you know, guide into working with automated strategies with optimizations. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to new, and we're going to go to strategy analyzer. Okay. All right, we're going to maximize that. We're going to increase these margins on the right. We're going to choose the strategy over here. So it was Analytical Strategy 1 macros. Okay. And we're going to go load that template. So we can go template load, and we're going to choose template number 2. Okay. So what this has done now is it's just basically loaded all the settings that we have got within that template. So from the top down, we can look at, these are all basic settings we leave as it is. These are the stop ticks, target ticks. This is a bit odd. 50, 70, 90, 110. Okay, that is a little bit strange. 50. Oh no, that is right. Look, if you look at the stop ticks, it is the same. Okay, I thought I actually edited that. Very interesting. I thought I made those stop ticks different, but that's okay. So 50, 70, 90, 110. We're going to keep scrolling down. There's our trade size. I just want to, why is this thing doing that? Okay, there we go. So all of this is fine. So there's setting A, setting B. So 455, we're just looking at the settings. I know it's all right. So this is giving us the start time, the end time, all of this information. There's our daily target, our daily stop. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure that this is on MNQ. So MNQ is the contract that we're going to be doing optimization on. That's the bar size. These are the dates. So generally, when you load up this template, everything's going to be exactly how it should be. All you'll have to do is scroll down to the instrument, put the instrument in. And then for optimization on here, we go to the setting A and B. So over here, we're going to go setting A and setting B. And we're going to go between 2 and 10 and between 2 and 58 in increments of 1. And then we're going to run this. So sometimes we do a tick delay. This one, we haven't got a tick delay. If you add a tick delay, it'll just increase the value over here of the iterations. So what we're basically doing here is we are rerunning the template to see if, to see how the results look on the optimization. Because remember, we're running this on our clean data. We're running this on this exact data feed that we've got running over here. Okay, so we'll give this a moment. It shouldn't take that long to run. And while you're running optimizations, it's always good to just right click on your computer and go to Task Manager. And then you see what's happening over here. So NinjaTrader consumes a lot of system resources. And the more optimizations you do, the more your memory is going to be consumed. Okay, so looking at this, all right. So the first one's over here. If you hover over it, it's going to say setting A, setting B. So you see it says 455. So you'll see the first two numbers over there is the setting A and setting B. So 455. So if we look at our chart template, which is not that one, it is this one over here. It's 455. Okay. So this one over here is showing us 3244, which is exactly what this one is showing with 1053 drawdown. Okay. So that's that one over there. Now look at the one just below it. So you look at this one over here, it's got half the drawdown, it's got more trades, 58% profitable. So we can look at that and we can click on the analysis over here and we can look at this. Okay, so looking at this, if we look at this and we look at the one above it, this one here looks like it's a better option. Okay, so on each of your computers, when you run your optimization, and you should all be getting very, very, very similar results, because I've designed these strategies and I've designed the DTB bars to give you the same results across all different data feeds, across all different countries. It should all match. There's a lot of work being going on into the background. So even though this one did slightly less historically, remember we're looking at historical positions, right? So we're looking at, what has the strategy done from the period of the 16th of February to the 15th of March, or, up until the 7th, because we're currently in the week of the 15th. So what we're trying to do over here is we're trying to establish what is the current heartbeat of the market. it doesn't help going and optimizing 6 months worth of data or 12 months worth of data to try to get the best settings for now. Because remember, 12 months ago, we had a very, very, very different economic and political situation in the US compared to what we have now. I mean, I don't want to go into specifics. I don't want to offend people, but we've got totally different climates. And even today, this week, it looks like it's a shit show. I don't know what the hell's going on in America, but you guys sure seem to, throw up a storm. I don't know. It's like, it's what happens over there. But obviously that's where the market is, eh? That's where 90% of trading takes place. It's in the US. So obviously it's going to have an impact. But we are trying to determine what is the current heartbeat of the market. So that's why we're only optimizing, a few weeks of data. And some people even optimize 2 weeks of data because to really find out, okay, what is the current heartbeat of the market right now? What is the market doing right now? We don't care what happened 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, because that means absolutely nothing, because it's totally different conditions. It's like summer compared to winter. And you're not going to do the same activities in summer as you can do in winter. Well, it's the exact same with trading. There's all different cycles that you go through. And, currently in our current climate, this is what we're optimizing. So, for example, if you want to run this template, okay, which is 1049, you can go template and you can go save. And then what you can do is you can go to template number 2, take away the DTB 00 at the end, and then you can even go my option. Okay, you can save that. So we'll close that and we'll go to this template over here. We'll go to strategies and we'll go to disable this one like this, apply. We'll go template, load, and we'll select the one, template number 2, my option. We'll go load, enable, apply, and OK. And now we've got the new results. And now we can press start. Okay, so that is something that you can do on your side. Now, obviously, this is the game plan, and we don't recommend to really change too much on here. But remember, you all have opportunity to make slight adjustments if you feel you need to. I mean, if you feel like you want to trade on the other template, that's perfectly fine. But the game plan is more like a it's a guide. It's like, okay, this is our strategy guide for the week. This is our game plan for the week. This is what we're going to do this week ahead. But sometimes it is helpful to just work with the strategies and adjust them slightly if you would like. And it's a great idea to use the strategy. And some of you might even be running multiple different accounts. I mean, like I designed the game plan to work off one trading account. So all of these charts over here, I'm running on one account. Now, obviously, I've loaded them on different accounts now, but when I load this on my live account later, they're all trading on one account. And that's like it started off with a $40,000 US account. So that is what this would basically trade on. But if you're running multiple different funded account programs, you could have multiple different strategies running, on different accounts. So you could save different options over here. So, the cool thing about this is it's giving you a basis to work off. And you might decide, you know what, I'm going to look at a few different options. I've got 4 different funded account programs. I've got 4 different accounts, and I want to run 4 different strategies, one on each account, and I'm going to create different templates or look at different templates for each of those accounts. And it might even be a case of, you know what, let's adjust the bar size. You might say, you know what, let me look at different options for the bar size. So you might go to a 40 and let's go 40-30 as an example. And I'm going to run this again. So what it's going to do is it's going to look at what A and B settings are going to work with that size bar. Because remember, now we've got, instead of a 50-30, we've got a 40-30. Now this might produce crap results. We don't know. Okay, but you can only know once you've run optimizations, you've done a few different bar sizes, and stick with the DTB bars. Don't go and stuff around with NinjaTrader or that any of that crap, because those give you false bar openings and all of that. It's not a decent bar to trade with. The DTB bars is your most accurate bar that you can get, because it's giving you exact price movements to the tick all the time. Okay, so that's going to do that. So we're running this. Okay, wow. So this one's pretty bloody good, actually. Okay, so we're looking at this. We're thinking, okay, well, this is on a 40-30. We had some really good a very high sequence of profitable days, but then we've had 2 losing days historically. You know, we're looking at the different results. We're going through here. This one doesn't look too bad either. It's got a few losing days. You know, you could look at a few things. This one also looks pretty decent. You know, it's a good mixture of winners and losers. And look at the amount of trades in the day. Now, remember, this is including commission. So if you didn't have commission loaded, your results will show much higher. So this has got slippage and commission built in. So slippage, when I say it's the difference between bid and ask, that is included in here. So most of these corrupt, and I mean corrupt, ninja con artists or ninja con artists that are releasing automated strategies, they're going to have 0 in the slippage here. Now, slippage is not slippage in the sense of what slippage is. It's basically the difference between bid and ask. And currently, it was up to 8 today. So if you want to increase that slightly, that's probably a good idea. But, you know, looking at the chart and, you know, looking at this, you can scroll back and you can actually, I'm pressing the page up on my keyboard. This is showing, so this one actually had a trailing drawdown exit on these days. Look, the strategy tried to enter position, boom, and it hit trailing drawdown because the price just fluctuated over there. But this is what this strategy is doing. So it's entering over there. You know, there's the profit targets. So it's entering a lot of trades in a single trading day. So it's basically fighting in the trenches. We haven't just got a small amount of trades. We're basically fighting in the trenches. We're giving the strategy room to move while still keeping within a $400 trailing drawdown. Now it should go a little bit over that because it's calculated on bar close, but it's round about the 400 to 450 mark. So you can review this by going back on the chart, and you can look at how the trades are plotting, how they're positioning. And again, this is only trading from 9:35 till 11. That's the only time it's trading. It's not trading past that time. So there was a daily profit exit. So looking at that, you'll see that, you know, when the trading drawdown kicks in, often it's made money first, and then the trading drawdown is kicked in, and it's not losing the full amount of 400. It's actually losing less because the trading drawdown is accounting for your highest unrealized profit and loss. So you see how, you know, how you can just spend a bit of time running through your strategy analyzer and looking at a few different settings. Now, I don't have the luxury to sit here for hours and hours and hours to go and you know, run optimizations across multiple bar sizes. I mean, it already takes me an hour and a half to do the game plan, but down the track, I'm going to have a whole team of people working on the game plan every week, producing the most incredible templates and, you know, multiple charts. I mean, we're only trading 4 charts at the moment. You know, we're only trading the 4 charts. So, you know, imagine having 6 charts with all different accounts loaded and, you know, things in play. The game plan can be extremely powerful. But that's something I'm obviously working towards to get done. So, you know, as you can see, guys, you can adjust the different size bars that we're looking at. Let's see what this one produces. Okay, so look at this one here. This one didn't produce good results. See, look, there's only 1,900 with 1,000 drawdown, 1,900. So, you know, that's why it's a good idea to work with a few different bar sizes and even different daily stops and targets. You might want to choose 500 over here. So if you want to make that 500, you can make that 500. You can change the drawdown. If you can accommodate a slightly higher drawdown, you can put those values in there. You can even optimize those drawdown values. We've kept just the setting A and B very simple, but this you could reduce, to between 2 and 6 to reduce the optimizations. And this one here, you could even go between 10 and 58 as an option. And then tick delay, you can go between 0 and 30 in increments of 30. So tick delay is basically like a bar delay. The very first bar that completes, as long as it's under 30 ticks, it's going to, it's going to skip one bar before it enters a position. So like we could start playing around with a few different settings over here. So I'm going to go, for example, let's go for an 80 and a 20. Let's just see what this one produces. Okay, so now again, because this is 20, the tick delay is 30, we're going to have 2 bars worth of delay if the trades are entering, on the 20 bar format. So, you could spend hours and hours, working with different optimizations. And this is exactly what sometimes is required if you want to get the absolute best out of the DTB system. Because, this is exactly what Christopher will be doing with his baseline wick trader strategy. He'll be running all different optimizations with all different bar sizes, working out all different values. And this is how he's able to put together the most amazing templates to work with things. This one, looks pretty good too, right? Look at that. We've got higher results, slightly higher drawdown. But look at the amount of trades, 492 trades. There's a lot of trades. So, this strategy is so damn good that it can enter a lot of trades and be profitable. As long as we've got our commissions factored in, which we've got our slippage factored in, everything is on there. So like this is a flat baseline chart, as you guys will see. There's our flat baseline with our candles. So going back to the trades for the day, I'm pressing page up. Remember, only between 9:35 and 11. So that's the strategy, trading. And you see we've got a few losing positions around the baseline, but as soon as the baseline breaks, it's entering. Now, this is trading from the start of the candle where the signals are generated. You can see. See, it's got a bar delay, and then there's the trade. So, that's what that looks like. We can go historically. We can scroll back to the beginning. Not the beginning. The next one. This one over here. Look, this one over here. It had a daily loss. Look, trades entered, switched over, and, we're going to have this. We are going to have this type of situation where, the strategy is going to enter positions and the baselines are going to break and it's going to screw us over. This is what you call this is what you call market manipulation, when they pull the price down, take out stops and push it up. That's what they do all day, every day. These criminals that run the, that's what they do, right? But, we're looking at this. We're looking at what historical trades have done, and this is how we are getting templates. So you could, like I said, you could have multiple accounts. You might have 4 or 5 accounts and each of them running a different template. And, you basically almost guarantee that some of them are going to be successful, if not all of them. So running a few different options. Let's go for I'm going to do one more. Okay. Let's go for a 60-40. Did we do 60-40? I don't know if we did already. Let's try 60-40. Here we've got 490 iterations. We'll let this run. And every time you run an optimization and you're happy with the results, just save it as a template, because then you can decide to run that going forward, or use it on another chart, or just even for practicing. Now remember, whenever you're running optimizations, monitor this. Okay, I know the CPU is going to be destroyed, but monitor your memory. Some strategies use a lot more memory than others. Monitor this, and if this gets to 70, 80, 90%, it's a good idea to close NinjaTrader and restart it. Okay, look at this one. This one looks pretty awesome too. Look, 4-1 with 683. And a good telling point will be to look at all the results, look at all the drawdowns, and you'll say, oh my gosh, okay, we've actually got a decent setup here, because most of the top 10 templates, and you can load, we've got 10 results, right? You can have 20 results, you can have 50 results, whatever. 10 is fine. Generally with the top 10, you're going to choose one of those. But you can look at this and say, wow, okay, multiple settings are working, have got a very decent drawdown, and then you can compare those. So this also looks very good. So you can see the amount of opportunity we have over here to completely, there's so much you can do with the DTB system and these strategies and the optimization. And this is what we do every week. We do optimizations. Like, I don't go into major depth with the optimizations because, like I said, I do not have the time to do that, but I still put together decent optimizations. And historically, we've got very good results using our game plan. Okay, so good. So I hope that was just some help with running some optimizations. Remember, as soon as you've done an optimization, we can just do one more time. You can go template and you can go save. Now this one over here, okay, what I didn't do earlier, which was what I should have actually done, is you can click on yours, and because we changed the bar size, we made it a 60/40, go and change the bar size over here to 60 and 40. Okay, save. So now you've got those templates on your chart. So say, for example, we wanted to go to a 60/40 on this chart. First of all, we'll go to the strategies over here, and we will go to disable this. Okay, we'll go to the data series, and we'll change this to a 60 and a 40. Now, you don't have to do this on the game. Don't do this on the game plan workspace. Create your own workspace. We covered this also. You guys know how to create your own workspaces too. But you've got, you can create it. You can create a workspace with all different bar sizes. Even if you just want to trade the MNQ, you could have 4 charts trading the MNQ on 4 different accounts, each with their own template. So that's the opportunity and possibility you guys have with this system over here. So now we go templates, and we go load, and we go to the 60/40 because that's the one. So it's always a very good idea to name the template with as much information as possible. So we've got, the bar size, when it's going to trade, what we've got as our daily stop and target, and so on. So we load that, enable, apply, and okay. And then there it's going to match. And then you can press start. So that's how simple and easy it is to create templates, to load up trading charts and run optimizations. It's all in a beautiful, beautiful package over here that, we can absolutely kick ass with, right? Sorry for my very blunt humor, but that's basically what we're doing over here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what we were doing over here. So back to the strategy, and I'm going to go back to put this back how it was. So we were running on a 50/30. So 50 and 30, same period. I'm going to go to the strategies, and I'm going to go template, and I'm going to go load. And remember, that was our second template. This was the original one for the game plan. And this was the second option that we had. So I'm going to specifically load the one that we had in the beginning, even though it showed a higher drawdown on there. Okay, because that's what I've got in the game plan. So I'm going to run this template today as part of the game plan. if we do have a losing day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate what the other template did, like the second option that we created, and then I might update the game plan with that second option template. But some of you might be loading up this template and it's showing the correct results that are matching the game plan document. It all depends. Is your data screwed up or not? So, that's basically our game plan for the week. So, if you want to use the game plan as a basis to do your own thing, you can go workspace and you can go save as, and you can go game plan week ahead, and you can say, my option. Okay. Now you can go and do what you want over here, because whatever you do is not going to be replaced by whatever I do. So remember, every time you see DTB TT00 in any of the descriptions, that is what the DTB script, so the script that you run when you install the DTB system and you update the templates, it's going to remove all of these ones over here that say DTB TT00, and it's going to replace them with ones. So other ones that you create, like this one over here, it's not going to replace that. So now over here, you can decide, I'm going to go and, run the options that we created. So if I go in over here and I'm going to go just disable this. So what did we do? We went for a 60-40, right? So data series, I'm going to make this a 60 and a 40. Okay, I'm going to go to the strategies and I'm going to go template, load, and I'm going to choose that 160-40. Again, choose your trading account, enable, apply, and okay. So now you've got those two trading, right? Now you can close off these two charts. You don't need the NQ and the ES. Now remember, this is our own workspace. You see, we're editing our own workspace now. We're not editing the game plan workspace. So now you've got two different charts trading on two different bar sizes. What do you think your chances of success are over here? Pretty damn good. And you might have 4 over here. You might have 6. You might even decide, okay, not on this specific one, but you might decide to run these chart lists, but not on this specific strategy because it doesn't have an automatic start, because next week I'm going to have this automatically start. But you could do the same thing on the SI strategy. So the SI strategy has got an auto start feature where it will automatically activate the strategy and you can run all of those strategies chartless. So there we go. We've, this was a bit more in-depth around optimizations, creating your own workspaces. And I think it's a perfect way for our Jumpstart members to go to the next level. And also for new members who have just started to get an idea of how you can use the DTB system in different ways to get the very best out of it. And, again, you can go adjust the stop ticks, the target ticks. You can adjust so many things, while you're working. And one final thing I'll mention. So say, for example, you are during a trading session, whatever trading session you are in, okay? And you run the strategy analyzer during the session. And say, for example, the new setting is 4 and 20. Well, you can go over here and you can adjust this to 4 and you can adjust this to 20. Okay, like this. And in real time, the strategy will start automatically trading according to those new settings. You don't have to go and disable the strategy, change the settings, re-enable. So that's what you can also be doing is you can run optimizations on real-time data up until current price because, you're going to be able to optimize up until current price. And if you do have different settings that present, like I said, all you have to do is go and adjust the sliders and it will automatically adjust. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And again, I'm going to create another video on this. But so after you've done, if you've got all your templates set up for the week ahead or for the day, you just close your strategy analyzer, and then obviously you can save your workspace. and you can save it, you can do what you want with it. It's not going to be overwritten by the DTB script because it hasn't got those letters at the end. Cool. I think that's all I wanted to cover on here. I think that is good to go. We don't have too much more to cover. We've pretty much covered everything we needed to. Sorted. Thank you guys for jumping on the call. Let's have a kick-ass week. Please continue posting your results. I hope this call was helpful, especially for the new guys who want to work with optimizations. I know I did speak very fast and went through everything very quickly, which is unfortunately my mind is a bit like a mouse on a wheel or a rat on a wheel. But yeah, if you want to rewatch parts of it, especially with regards to the optimization, playing around the different bar sizes, the analytical strategy is very good to use, for adjusting stops and targets and things like that. So go from there. Okay, guys, have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you for all the messages, and let's see how we do. Okay, keep posting results and have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you, guys. Cheers.